What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel once again. Welcome to some more World of Tanks. Now today I have got two videos for you guys to check out, emphasizing the importance of teamwork, hence the title of this video, Perfect Teamwork. Just two good examples where teamwork just had such a big part in securing the victory for our team, hence the word teamwork. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's not that difficult, but just some good teamwork between me and my friend VHD Jokers here on Corellia, both in the M48 Patton. You guys would have seen the replay, or hopefully you would have seen the replay that I uploaded yesterday of the Mastery game, sorry, the Ace Tanker game that I had in the M48 Patton. But Jokers is running one in this one with me as well. This is a bit of an old replay, but it was good. It was so good that I had to keep it on file and eventually use it when another game similar to this popped up, which you will see in the next one. But we're on Corellia, it's raining, we're moving to the middle of the map where medium tanks should be going. Team destruction mode, my first shot on the move doesn't hit the M41 Bulldog. The M48's dispersion is very good on the move. Accuracy is very good on the move as well. Quite reliable. In fact, I'd say very reliable, especially with a vertical stabilizer, but for whatever reason it didn't go in there. We pop up the hill and get a nice side shot into the AMX CDC before he gets finished off by the Lycan. And now the M41 isn't running away. And we're going to have to get him before he does. But he gets wrecked by artillery, because of all things artillery should be aiming at. Should most definitely be aiming at the light tank, but it doesn't really matter. That guy's dead anyway, and the 55-58 has 3 other shells to use, so I ain't going to be too mad at it in that situation. It is what it is. Now we have the rear armor of a T110E5. We take him out before the Lycan finishes him off. And we have already taken out 4 of the enemy tanks so far. And we dominate the hill position on Corellia, which is a very strong position indeed, because you are able to see, given the right circumstances, you're pretty much able to fire across the map and hit enemy tanks from any position, given that you can see them. And we do have tanks on the other side of the map, those 3 triangles. 3 triangles in triangles. Is that Illuminati or is that just me? But no, that's the Zelda sign, right? 3 triangles in a triangle. Yeah, that's the Zelda sign, dude. Not Illuminati. Illuminati is an eye in a triangle. You guys know what I'm trying to say, I think. I take a hit from something that is camping the base. Pretty big hit too. So I'm assuming that that was most likely the Jaegeru that is on the enemy team. Jokers is getting busy down in the valley and just finished off the T57 Heavy. Now, as a disclaimer, guys, I want to say that I didn't really have too much of a good game in this particular replay. It wasn't a game where I did particularly well, or, you know, you guys have seen better replays from me. Just take the M48 replay that I uploaded yesterday as an example. You've seen better replays from me than this one. But, like I said, this is all about the teamwork and how me and Jokers combined our teamwork and ended up winning the game in a slightly unfavorable situation. So we have an Object 140 pushing up, and my shell doesn't hit him, unfortunately. I think he swerved to the right just as I thought he was going to go to the left. Trying to get another shot here. That one does successfully go through and damages his tracks as well. And we get the assist for whatever hit him there as well, before quickly finishing him off. Now we need to take cover because there are enemy tanks that can hit us, and as you see, we dodged that shell just there for making sure we stayed mobile. Making sure we stayed mobile, even. English today, guys. I've already produced 1 video today. You see what I mean? I've already produced 1 video today, so my English is going out of the window. I'm speaking too much for my own good. But the Jaegeru and the Object 268 have been spotted in the enemy base, but they take out the Chieftain and the other heavy tank that is over there. Trying to take a shot at the Lycan, but he's not spotted. Well, he is spotted, but he's in a position where I can't hit him. I couldn't hit the IS-7, so I opted to shoot for the T-30. Now there's a waffle spotted. We are going to go for him. I think we damaged his track there. We can see the T30 again, but we can't see the waffle. Assuming the waffle may have moved, let's go for the T30 instead. And now we should be able to finish him off with our final shot. Although, typically that one only does track damage before he gets taken out swiftly by the artillery. So, the guys who've pushed up into the enemy base location, or normally where the base location would be, because this is actually a team destruction game mode, so there is no base, there is just the spawn locations, and that is it. Our artillery takes out the enemy chieftain who was pushing up near to where our base location would be. The enemy team are ahead by 9 to 8, and now it's just a waiting game to see where the Jaegeru, sorry, and the Object 268 are going to move to. They're quickly going to be unspotted. Me and Jokers, at this point, me and Jokers were thinking, okay, let's just go and take them head on and see what we can do. But now the waffle has arrived over there as well. Jokers gets a shot into one of them. I'm pacing to get a shot into the waffle, which we managed to do just as he dropped out of spotting range. Now there is the IS-7 pushing up on our base, so we're going to have to respond to this situation. Luckily for us, we do command this hill area, which has very, very good line of sight and firing lines towards where the IS-7 is. It's just a case of waiting for that guy to pop out and give us his side armor so we can abuse it. Now, I've asked Jokers to come over this way to give me some support killing the IS-7, because really we want to take this guy out before the TDs push up, potentially coming up the hill behind us. The Lycan is pushing up as well. I'm aiming to get a shot at him. That one doesn't go in. Like I said, my performance in this game, guys, was not all that hot whatsoever. I did not have that much of a good game, in my opinion. But we do have a side shot on the I-7 now. We can take the time to aim. That one unfortunately bounces. Given that he was given his side armor to us, I can only presume that that hit the spaced armor. He just moves forward as I take a shot, thinking he was going to reverse. Jokers gets a nice shot into him. Taking the time to aim, hit it, go for his lower plate, but that one must have either missed or bounced as well. It was at this point in the game where I was getting extremely frustrated by the poor shots I was taking and or my terrible RNG, but mostly bad shots. I'll admit to that in this one. Now, where are the TDs? That is what we are thinking at this point. It's 11 to 9 to the enemy team. Aside from our artillery, we only have one tank left defending our base position. And, you know, aside from that guy, there's just me and Jokers alive in M48 Pattons, not particularly the most heavily armoured tank or manoeuvrable tank. And the Jaegeru or the enemy waffle could very well put a very nasty end to our game, as well as the enemy artillery, who we haven't managed to spot yet. Jokers unfortunately bounces the IS-7. I didn't really have a shot on him. That shot there was rather speculative. The IS-7 manages to take out the Jaegeru, and now it's just me, Jokers, and the artillery remaining. The Jaegeru has been spotted coming up the hill behind us, as we suspected. Now what Jokers is going to do here is he's going to run down the hill and bait the Jaegeru into coming around the corner to face him, as well as baiting shots from the artillery. And I'm sat behind this rock waiting for the Jaegeru to push round, and when he does, I'll get some shots into his side armor and rear armor, and there will be nothing that he can do about it. So I'm telling Jokers to run now so he doesn't get shot. Jokers has just taken out the waffle as well, so he is now fully out of harm's way. We've got side shots and rear shots onto the Jaegeru. Jokers gets one in and we finish him off. So the bait has successfully worked. Now it's just a case of hiding from artillery. So I'm trying to hug the mountain in here. But of course, the M53-55 can just go, well, it doesn't really matter where you are, dude. Although, considering where he was positioned, he would have hit me there anyway. I expected him to be in, like, the, I don't know, the, like, A90 kind of area. But it turns out he was over towards sort of A1-ish. A1, A2. And now we have successfully turned the tide of the battle. 2 medium tanks versus 2 artillery, as well as our artillery in the game as well. So some very nice bait and shoot gameplay from me and Joker's right there. And Joker's really orchestrating that move, and me just being the support unit, backing him up and making sure he doesn't get killed, in turn making sure I don't get killed, and in turn making sure our artillery doesn't get killed. Trying to get a shot at the M53-55, but I was reloading, and Joker's manages to take him out. Now there is just the M40-43 remaining, and Joker's takes him out as well. So I only got 11 hits, 7 criticals, and 3 kills for that game. Nothing too outrageous. A very respectable game in the M48 Patton. An average game, I would say, for me. 3,783 damage, 700 assisted damage. A Brothers in Arms medal to boot as well, which is always nice. Let's see how Joker's did. 5,300 damage. Very, very nice indeed. But that's it for the first game. We will move on into the second one, and I will catch you ladies and boyos there shortly. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second game. Here we are on Mountain Pass Summer, and I'm taking out the Châtillon 25t, or just the Châtillon, as you know, it's more commonly known. A tank that you rarely see me take out, and I am platooned with VHD Jokers once again, Cranky Pants Pie and Jack the Ripper. People who you should be very aware of if you've been a subscriber of this channel for a while. You will recognize those names undoubtedly. And we're going to push into the middle of the map, trying to get some spots early game and take out some enemy tanks before they push around the mountain, or try to take out some enemy tanks before they push around the mountain and go on the offensive. Now, do you guys prefer this map normal or summer? Because for me, I think it looks great in the summer, man. The snow one looks okay, but summer is where this, you know, this one just looks so good in the summer, man. Most definitely. I mean, I know it's an opinionated subject, but it's just better, dude. Straight up. But we have some enemy tanks pushing around to the left-hand side. We were unfortunately unable to get the spot on them. I did, however, manage to get a side shot into the Chieftain and damage his ammo as well. Unfortunately, he did not stay there for long enough for me to get another shot into him. But now I'm going to aim at the AMX Chaffee. The Action 10 Centurion, which you can see deceased next to me, got taken out very, very early. And the Chaffee is pushing down now. Gonna aim some shots into him. We get the first, and now we're gonna get the second as well, taking out one of the enemy light tanks early game, which is always good to do, because the longer light tanks stick around in the game, the more dangerous they can be, especially towards the early, or the early? Sorry guys, I mean the late portion of the game. The later the light tanks are in the game, the more dangerous they can be. Now, I thought that AMX-30 was going to push up and come around the hill, or come around the rock even, which is why I haven't reloaded yet. Plenty of traces coming this way from that direction. It's clear the enemy have won that side. It would be pointless for us to push around and try and take it now. There's just far too many heavy tanks over there. The enemy team did have the heavy tank advantage on this map, and that is something that you would really like to see when you're playing Mountain Pass. But I'm going to try and get a shot at the Centurion here. We do indeed manage to get one in, damaging his tracks, but now it's time for me to bail out and get some distance in between me and the enemies. So I get unspotted, and I'm going to go for the reload, and it's time for me to retreat. I've only got 4 hits of damage so far. And there's no point me sticking on that corner and trying to brawl in the Châtillon with only 1 shell in the chamber. So we go for a reload, drive into a rock professionally, trying to get away from the enemy. And I'm saying to Jack that we should rush the RU-251, not the RU-25 blur. The RU-251, who has positioned himself on the bridge. So me and Jack are going to push around and try and take him out. And as we push around this corner, lo and behold, the RU has disappeared. But there is a bat shot in the middle of the bridge. We auto-aim the first shot into him and finish him off with the second, as Jack was unable to secure the kill. I was thinking I might get some side shots on the T-110E5 and the other enemy tanks pushing through this way. Taking a shot at the Centurion, but he just stops as I fire. The second one does indeed go in through the side of his turret, and it damages his radio as well, taking us up to 7 hits of damage with 2 kills and 3 critical hits. Now there's no point in me trying to empty this shell either, because we're just not engaging anything right now, and we do have time to reload, and I don't just want to fire the shell into the dirt for the sake of firing the shell, although it can be annoying when you've eventually come to your next clip and you've only got 3 or 2 shells remaining because you've reloaded early. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, if it ever comes to that point in the bat chat, to me, I just load the 2 heat clips that I have in this bad boy. Now I've got just over 5 seconds, 3 seconds now. Unfortunately unable to secure a shot on the leopard. That would have been beautiful. We track the E5, he snaps a shot at me, but it only hits the rock. And now it's definitely time for me to GTFO and get the fuck out of there. So I'm gonna run around, I'm gonna go into the valley and come up the other side of our base while Jack and Jokers take care of what is left at the enemy base location. Cranky got taken out early game. I can't remember how, but he did get taken out, and so he is no longer with us at this point. The enemy team is heavily in the lead with a 9-4 lead, and it's going to take some doing to turn this game around. So the Leopard prototype seems to be alone here, just taking out our artillery. I would have thought that the artillery would have spotted other things if there were other things around here. So I'm confident I could just push around the corner, finish off the Leopard, and then back away and reload once again. So I push around. Indeed, the Leopard is there. My first shot unfortunately derps into the ground. Second shot penetrates, and the third shot is the shot that finishes him off. Once again, leaving me with 1 shell in the clip. Seems to be the theme of this game. Jack takes out the enemy artillery, and now it is 3 versus 7, ladies and gentlemen. 3 versus 7, so the odds are stacked against us 2-1, or over 2-1. And now I'm asking for Jack and Jokers to come towards me, because this is probably the best location that we can defend ourselves from. But I'm telling them to be careful on their way back, as the enemy team may have positioned themselves on the bridge, trying to catch any of us coming back through the valley. So Jack is going to lead first in his light tank, as he has more mobility and is harder to hit. And as suspected, the enemy chieftain is on the bridge, or at least underneath the bridge in that location. And Jokers and Jack are going to have to work to take him out, or indeed just drive past and completely ignore him. So we have 3 heavy tanks, 2 medium tanks, 1 light tank, and a tank destroyer left to deal with. But now is the time for us to regroup. The 3-man, the 3 musketeers, we are together again. The RU-251 kills himself, which helps our cause, and now it is down to 3 versus 6. So it's 2 versus 1 currently in this situation. Jack is going to go forward to see if he can spot anything coming around that way. I was waiting for those guys to come and meet up with me. I was debating guarding this way just to see if anything was coming up behind us, but they only have 2 medium tanks, and I just didn't think that they were going to come that way. Jack bounces the enemy TD, and the chieftain is there as well. The 215B gets taken out. The Death Star gets taken out by Jokers. And now the Action 10 is pushing up as well. I managed to get one shot into him. Unfortunately, we low-rolled that shot for 330 odd. And we had to stick another shot into him to finish him off. Fortunately for us, the Chieftain and the AMX-30 are pretty much both one-hits as well. If we high-roll. Well, the Chieftain, definitely if we high-roll. But the AMX-30, don't need to high-roll that to kill him. Needed to high-roll the Action 10 Centurion. I think I probably could have just done with an average roll there and it would have finished him off. But unfortunately, we did low-roll. And I'm communicating with Jack and Jokers right now saying, I think we should just push them. It's 3 versus 4. We have the health advantage. And we could just YOLO through. Jokers takes out the first Chieftain. I've only got 2 shells in the clip. Jokers then takes out the AMX-30. My shot unfortunately bounces the Chieftain. And then misses the Chieftain because I'm just terrible. But, Jack takes him out and I'm going to go for the reload, making sure I keep mobile just in case that heavy is anywhere in position to be shooting at us. It is an E5 and if I recall correctly, he had about 3/4 of his health remaining at this point. The E5 hadn't taken much of a battering like his teammates had. They were very easy to finish off. Me, Jokers and Jack all had good HP and we could have just YOLO'd them, taken the damage that they would have dealt to us, which we did, and took them out swiftly. So a very good decision to rush them while they were by themselves, just the 2 of them, without the E5 for backup. Now the E5 is going to be isolated, and we're unsure as to where he's gone, but we think he may have come up the valley and gone up the hill to detect us, and that is indeed where he is. So at this point I'm thinking, you know what, I've got 1,400 health, I can take a hit. I'm just going to YOLO up and shoot heat into this guy because I don't have a full clip of anything else. The first shot bounces off his upper glacis, the second shot damages his ammo, third shot bounces off the tracks, fourth shot into the turret, and 5th shot to finish him off and secure the win for our team. A very, very good comeback indeed. 3 versus 7. Let's see how we all did. This one was 4,400 damage, 5 enemy tanks destroyed for myself, a crucial contribution between us, only 110 assisted damage, just shy of 4,000 experience, and all of us topped the team. 2,000 damage for Jack, 3,600 for Jokers. But team play and teamwork is so important, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you did enjoy the video from today. Until next time, catch you then. Peace out.